Good day, Year 11s. This video, we will be covering Chapter 2G, Linear Modeling. Linear model is where we're going to use the general equation of the straight line, which is y equals to mx plus c, where is to identify the gradient and the vertical intercept from each of the application so that we can construct a linear equation to help us solve the problem. Okay. Now here I just give you a few examples that we're using linear relations to model the actual applications. You can have the electricity bills that is equal to the cost per kilowatt of usage times the kilowatt usage, and then you got to plus the fixed cost. So in this case we can have, for example, a service fee, or we can say a connection fee. Not many utility companies in Australia still charge connection fee, but if that's the case, this is going to be the fixed cost. Okay, so in this case we can say this one here, that's the gradient. That is basically the m, right? That's a gradient. And here, this one is, for example, the y. This one here, it is the x. This one here, it is a c, or we can say a vertical intercept. We can also have, you go taxi. So taxi fare. Now, remember that with a taxi that you have a fixed charge, right? You have the fixed charge that is for the first, 5 or few kilometers. So what we're going to do here, we can say this, you have the cost. So cost per kilometers you travel, times by how far you have traveled, the distance, right? Distance in kilometers. And then you plus the basic or the base fare. So this base fare can be, the first, there will be a starting cost, yeah? Or we can say starting cost, okay? So in this case, we can say this is the m, x, y, and c, yeah? Okay? So it all follows the linear relation model, okay? Now we can also have the fuel cost for driving, yeah? Gradient can be the cost for the fuel per kilometers, so 1 kilometer travel. And you times the distance, so distance in kilometers, and you add the fixed cost in this case, or the vertical intercept, we can say a minimum fuel charge, or we can have our starting or cost or basic cost. Okay, again, we can identify here, this is C, this is your X, this is your M, this is your Y, okay? You can also have internet data usage, yeah, internet data. They often ask us to use our linear relations to construct the model. So let's say the internet data cost usage, that can be equal to cost per, let's say, GB of data, yeah? GB is gigabytes. Gigabytes is a unit that we measure the data, okay? So times, that will be gig by usage, yeah? And then plus they are going to be a basic plan, yeah? So a basic cost. So you have a basic plan. Now this basic plan is now still implemented into the contract with your phone data. So if you happen to have a phone plans that doesn't offer unlimited data, then you have the basic plan that offers you, certain amount of data usage. However, anything beyond that will have extra cost, and then the total internet cost will be depending on how much data, basically, right? So in this case, again, this is your C, this is your X, this is your gradient, and this one here is your Y. Okay. Just to summarize all these examples. So the gradient here, when we say gradients here in the linear models, they often relates to the rate. Okay, relates to the rate. As for the vertical intercept, it often relates to a fixed part of the cost. So it's a fixed cost or fee. So this is going to be remains the same regardless of how much quantity or how much time or how far you travel. Okay, so this is a fixed cost or fixed charge or fixed amount. Okay. Hopefully with these examples that listed, it will help you to easily identify gradient and vertical intercept in questions regarding constructing a linear model.